Welcome to How Not to Make Comics number 7. We're going to take a break from 24-hour comics to talk about what I did for first Friday. They opened the galleries up. I was at Bookmarks, which is a cool little bookstore with cats. This is what the space looked like. If you notice, there's a little table there. I positioned it there to make sure that people moved like cattle in order from left to right to read the comics that were all posted. Some of them were single-page comics, others were multiple pages, longest one being Chapter 2 of Cyberpunk, so I put all 8 pages up. So people would walk in, I'd kind of direct them to the left, and then the first thing they would see is from Longtooth, which I selected because of I used the color palette a little differently than I do in other things. Also, I had books to sell. And there's a car chase scene, and car chase scenes are a technical feat in comics, so I thought it would be a good include for that reason. The next thing I included, because it was in my charcoal medium, which, and it's a story that not a lot of people have seen. So this style I've done for in crawlers and some other stuff. Then I have 2 of my little standalone mini comics. I printed them as posters for this. One's in a pen and ink style. The other one is a cartoony version of my vector, where I didn't hand draw it ahead of time. I think I want to try to do, if I do another convention, I'm going to have prints of comics again. I think it's an interesting idea to try to sell those. This is a segment from A Night on Ghost Island. There's a PDF of the sample you can check out. These are both monochromatic vector style and with photo reference, so I thought I'd include them. Because they stand out as different from Cyberpunks or Longtooth, because I hand draw Cyberpunks and Longtooth first, and then vector, where the others are from photo reference, and also because it's only one color, it's rendered differently. I did want to talk a little bit about what I did wrong as far as because of the name of the show. The name of the show I don't know if it ever got included in the Art Walk magazine. I never saw it. But it's called Comixology, and the idea of it is that comics are regularly seen as a genre, and they're regularly seen as a medium. No, wait, I'm screwing up my own little speech about it. I had it down on Art Walk, but basically I wanted to show how, like, it's not really, it's a medium. It's not comics is not a medium, it's a narrative device. When you change the medium, it still works the same way as a narrative device. And so, because I have all these different mediums that I've made comics in over the years, the juxtaposing them in a gallery show, I thought would be good. And then, and also there's a cool, I forget where I was going with that. Anyways, so the other thing I wanted to talk about is, I tried to do this, I was kind of doing it on the sly, like I announced months earlier that I was going to do it, and then right before Art Walk, I created an event and invited everybody, figuring that people go to Art Walk. Come to think of it though, I only usually see a few people I know at Art Walks, so maybe I shouldn't be surprised that I didn't see a lot of people that I know at my show. So a few people checked it out later. They didn't check it out the night of, but the show went pretty well because a lot of people go to Art Walk, and I had a lot of people reading my comics that have never read them before, and I had a few people buy comics that would have never bought comics from me before. It's kind of the direction that I've been wanting to take with my art career. I want to get away from doing conventions because I do such small print runs. It's hard for me to break even on a table that I paid for, because half the cover of the book I have to prepay to print it, because it costs me like $2, and it costs me over $2 to print for every issue of the comic, or for every copy of the comic I print. and I'm selling them for $5. And so if I and even doing like consignment, I'm just breaking even on consignment if I sell anything. At most shops, they're been to other shops where they pay you a little bit more. But at any rate, I'm just breaking even, so I want to try to do more events where I'm not buying space. Galleries are a good way to do it. I want to start doing more. I want to do more library things, and I want to organize my own mini conventions. But we'll talk more about that when I actually do it. But I'm not good at organizing, and I'm not good at talking anybody who is good at organizing into going in on this with me. So we will cross that bridge when we come to it. But I hope you guys found this interesting, and next time we'll get back into doing my 24-hour comics. I just haven't updated in a while, and because I haven't had an empty house in a while. Yeah, until next time.